Today we start our series of Today in Theater History. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday we will bring you a little snippet of theater history and then a project so that you can bring that bit of history alive today. Today's lesson in theater history is all about our roots, how we got started. Theater started in small people groups, usually with one family, maybe two or three, in tiny communities as we were scattered throughout the world. This is before cell phones, before TVs, before we had iPad and internet, when all you had to do at night was sit around the fire and talk to your family. Theater began this way. Theater began as a way for the older generations to pass down stories to the younger generations. It began as a way for people to talk about how to care for the earth, how to take care of their sick members of their community, how to plant plants and catch animals, how to build their huts or their pots, which trees were good, which ones were bad. A lot of myths began this way, a lot of our beliefs were shared this way, and theater began this way too. These original storytellers were community leaders called shamans, and oftentimes they would dress up in masks or costumes so that the people that were their audience, the community members that were listening to this very important lesson or tale being passed down, would help envision them as something else, someone who wasn't the person they sat next to at dinner a few nights ago. Today, we do the same thing. We, as actors and theater makers, wear costumes, build sets, bring to life beautiful stories from our history or brand new ones from our imaginations that tell important lessons and stories about taking care of one another. And you can do that too. I know you're all familiar with stories like Cinderella or Little Red Riding Hood, or maybe even a new movie that you just saw that's based on a familiar story that you grew up hearing or that your parents tell you now. Your task this week is to take that story and tell it a new way. Make a new character, make a new ending, set it somewhere different. It's up to you. Change it just a little bit to make it your own. Become your own shaman, your own storyteller. Send that video of your new story to bhamchildrenstheatre@gmail.com, and we will add it to our social media, to our calendar. Thanks so much. Look for another Today in Theater History on Thursday.
Thanks so much for watching. We know there's a lot of uncertainty for many of us right now, but if you are able and would like to support more content like what you just saw, we ask you to make a donation at www.bct123.org/donate. Every little bit helps, and thank you for supporting BCT.